Hello? Hello everybody. We're live. We're making a positioner in B.A.G.E.R. in B.A.G.E.R parser. I'll explain what the B.A.G.E.R is in a minute. Well, I'll explain what B.A.G.E.R is in a minute. But hello everybody to stream. Okay, so today we are going to make a positioner. Actually, we're not going to complete the positioner. We will start working on the positioner in B.A.G.E.R parser. Now, B.A.G.E.R parser is part of Project B.A.G.E.R. Project B.A.G.E.R, which is an autonomous excavator. So Ring on Go, my software development group is working together with third party, my friend, but he's not a member of Ring on Go, my software development group. So I call him a third party. We're making autonomous excavator, and it's we have a front end and a back end. So front end is going to take and project documentation. Project documentation is going to parse the project documentation, convert that into a binary tree, and backend running on Raspberry Pi will read that and move the motors. And why we not just autonomous that you give an input and that digs a hole. It's actually autonomous in the way that can process project documentation on its own. So parser is a front end, and then we have a back end. Actually, B.A.G.E.R parser is actually front end and middle end, and front end is uh, consisted out of three portions. Hello, Bruno and Tonchi. We have a we have first an extractor, separator, and a lexer. No, lexer is middle end. Extractor and separator. Today we're going to work on positioner. That's a third part of front end. Yes, share this live, of course. Like and subscribe. So that's it. So basically, I'm gonna draw this. So we have this is front end. So we have extractor, separator, and positioner. Then we have a middle end. There's just a lexer, and we have an interpreter, which is consisted out of two portions, and that's backend. That's the software of B.A.G.E.R, front end, middle end, backend, similar to language development. Uh, Construction is going to be completed in June this year, next month, and then we are going to open orders, a pre-sale. We already have one interested buyer, one interested sale. Uh, so yeah. Uh, One interested sale. We're going to open when we finish construction. We're going to open the sales. Then we're going to work on software and on on the wheels. So after we open pre-orders, we're going to focus on the wheels and on the software. Tom Cash. I know he's good, but maybe a tie is not the best thing ever. Okay, maybe outfit is not the best thing, but that's just my personal opinion, and I'm not an expert. So yeah. Before we start working on positioner, let's let's don't you do whatever you want. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Okay, but let's get back. So I'm going to first check how does polygon separation works. I kind of forgot what I was doing here. Does this even work? So clear and then Python and then this, right? No, this is wrong. This. Okay, this works, and it's actually two. Okay, it's actually multi-polygon. We combine this in a multi-polygon. Great. I had 14 viewers when I was streaming at 10 a.m. But you don't want streams at 10 a.m. and it's impossible to match Indians and Europeans. Not really possible. And 1 p.m. streams, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay, okay, this is a bottle. Okay, so I'm not bored. I told you that you should you cannot ask stupid questions. Okay, I told you that. Okay, so I'm combining this into multi-polygon. Okay, I forgot this part. Um. Okay, whatever. I'll get back to this code. I'll get back to this code. Okay, I'm creating polygons. Oh, yeah, I'm actually merging these polygons. Merge polygon, and I'm just going to do this. Okay. Actually, I haven't. Let's make two bottles. Badminton is good. Let's make two bottles. Let's make two bottles, and then let's line. Okay, line. Uh, just ask normal questions. Okay, so as I said, we're going to draw two bottles. We're going to test this polygon merger system, which I completed a month ago. I forgot what I was doing. So it's possible to keep track of everything. It's not going to be the best bottle. I don't know how to draw. Don't draw. I don't draw at all. I don't know how to draw. No, why I should use logism for for CAD? This is CAD drawings. What is logism? Okay, first answer me a question. What is logism? What is a logism? Let's use arc. Hope this is the correct arc. No? Oh. Where is an arc? Someone's going to clip out. Uh, Andre doesn't know how to use an arc. But that happens when you don't work on a project continuously and which breaks. No, okay, 3 points. Okay. Okay, I understood now. Okay, so what we are doing right now, we're just checking uh previous code. We're just doing some tests on a previous code, and that's all we're doing right now. Uh, so yeah. Look, I told you explicitly to not ask stupid questions. Now be normal. Uh, bottle to you know how to draw in biology? Is there how is there drawing in biology? Don't you have to elaborate on drawing in biology? Okay, if this code is not working, I'm gonna be mad. Where have I saved this file? To bottles no dimensions. Great, code doesn't work. Okay, code doesn't work. So what we have to do is that we have to we have to fix code. How many minutes of Planck did Max Planck do every day? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's get serious. Okay. So we have to fix a problem. As you can see, this drawing is raising an topology exception, and this is not good. This is not good. So what we have to do is debug this code. Right, we have to debug code. Now we're not ChatGPT is not going to fix this issue. If you watched a previous live stream, we had the same issue and ChatGPT didn't fix it. So we're not going to ask ChatGPT. It's not going to be useful yet, but that's why humans exist. Now can I just debug this? Does this work? Okay, it's working. Actually, it's working. Great. Uh, Actually, I'm just going to. Okay. So this happens here. Okay, so we're going to try to plot some shapes. Okay. The problem is that these 4 lines, 7 lines, are getting grouped. They're being grouped. They're being grouped, and these two arcs are being grouped, and it's just in a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe because we're grouping all the elements together, no matter where they are. So this is very poor code, and it's not working. So we have to fix this, and then we're going to work on positioner. Not today, but I have to make a catchy title. It's a business, and business is very morally 100% correct. So titles are misleading. Okay, excuse me for that. Let's get back to the code. Look, this is how inefficient programmers work. They pinpoint problem very fast. Okay. Okay, don't you ask questions. Okay, I told you have to ask questions. So I have to talk something while I'm working on the code. Now, the obvious solution would be to kind of group these into groups, because I'm trying to make a polygon out of these lines. Ask questions. I'm not going to answer personal questions. Not answering personal questions. So I'm basically trying to group these 7 lines together, and that doesn't work. This cannot make one polygon. That's very obvious. But it's trying to do polygons, and then polygons become self-intersecting, and that's not going to work. So the problem is this code is not going to work. I have to rewrite this whole stretch. Uh, okay, don't ask is Yugoslavia or Croatia better? Not doing politics. Not doing politics. Also, you have to ask what Yugoslavia. But generally, 2025 in Yugoslavia wouldn't work. It cannot work right now. But let's get serious. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to specify a bit more. Don't ask questions regarding internal jokes. I'm not going to answer questions regarding internal jokes. So ask questions. They're not. We just involve us. Okay, ask something about code. Ask something about B.A.G.E.R, or ask ask about science. Ask some questions that are not related to us. Very simple. Now, the goal for today is to fix this code, because this code is not working. Okay, I'm going to answer this question about the new pope. Okay, good questions. You're finally asking the right questions. Okay, so what I think about new pope? Uh, as a Catholic, I don't think I am entitled to an opinion, right? So the saints, no, not the saints, but Pope is a God's messenger, and God chose his messenger. So we're not there to debate about new Pope. Is he good or not bad? I think it's going to be good Pope and that. Physics is fun. Yes, physics is fun. You want me to argument that or not? No. I think that the obvious solution would be to merge all of these, or to not have this if statement. Because if you have a line string, it's going to be a line string no matter what. So I'm not going to create a polygons for this type and this type and this type and this type. It's going to be a single polygon for all line strings. For all line strings, single polygon for all line strings, no matter what type of line string it is a line string. Was Yugoslavian architecture good? Great question. Great question. So brutalism, okay, it's functional. Is it nice? Mm, maybe, but it's definitely not nice as maybe neoclassic as an architecture before modernism. That's that's just basically a true statement. But it's way uglier now than when it was built 50 years ago because it's unmaintained. Now, if you go go to the Google and type renovated socialist buildings, you'll see on Reddit pictures there are many renovated buildings from Germany and Baltic states. So, what I'm saying, we should renovate Yugoslavian skyscrapers, Yugoslavian buildings. They're going to look nice. They're also going to be functional. Because new apartment blocks, they're not very functional. I could count on the fingers on my hand good apartments, good new apartments. They're very rare. Maybe all of Dalmatia on 10 fingers. So not very good. Do you like PE? Well, what you have to do is then, and it's not hard to do. Okay. So if I have a line string, so what I'm going to do 7 polygons. No, I'm going to do chords new. I'm gonna fix naming later. Please use English. So chords new. So chords new dot extend. We have entity dot chords. As you can see, this line is same everywhere. I'm going to check if the shape is closed. So start point is none. I'm rooting for Kai. For Sweden, I'm rooting for Sweden. They're very sympathetic, and they have a catchy song, and They are good. Oh, 5 viewers, like and subscribe. Oh no, 5 viewers. But which statistics is correct? Okay, never mind. Uh, just ask questions. I'm going to answer them parallel to working on the code. So if start point is, so we have to check if the shape is closed. So how I do that? I don't know. Wait, I have to. It's late. I have to focus. So we have a course new. We extend which entity dot course. We have to check if shape is closed. And the best way to do this is ask ChatGPT. But it's not going to do it. This code is not going to work anyway, so don't ask stupid questions. Merge this into one single code. Okay, the problem is it's checking for each element type. You should check for closures between different types. DeepSeek is an open source model. DeepSeek is open source, but I only use ChatGPT because I'm using it. Start using it first, and there's no. I don't want to move. Favorite artist overall. There are too many. I have to make an Excel table to tell you who is the best or who do I love the most. Well, look at these guys. ChatGPT actually gave us something that could work. Okay, it's not gonna work. Actually, I'm not gonna use ChatGPT's code. I'm gonna actually do this by myself. So the thing I have to do now is to check for closures between all the elements. Okay, if you're from outside, these two guys are crazy. They're talking or bunch of internal jokes, so don't understand what this minus 50% means. You don't have to understand it. It's an internal joke. And these two guys clearly don't have any good ideas to ask. I have to explicitly tell you what questions you have to ask. But since convo is going, so I'm gonna allow for you to talk nonsense. You're just cluttering space. I'm looking like a unprofessional due to you two guys. Ask some questions. Smart questions. Ask about Python. I don't think anything. They are persons. They are persons. If we allow somebody else, not really my job. I don't care. They are persons. So these guys are getting me off the track. So what we are doing right now is that we are taking every element and then we are grouping those elements together. But this doesn't work. So we have to really group a polygon. We have to group elements of the same polygon together. So what, I'm going to rewrite this code to merge polygons. So this is just merging all of the lines together, all of the polylines together, all of these splines together. What I want to do is to merge all, to merge a polygon. I think you understand. Best washing machine brand for dishes or clothes? Because I don't have the same answer for these two types. Bosch for dishes and Gorenia for clothes. Gorenia for clothes. Bosch for dishes. So I'm going to go to each entity. I'm going to extend the entity coordinates and check for a closure point. I don't really have an idea how to do this. Let me read this code. So if the shape is closed, we're checking the start point. Okay, then okay. Okay, so we have to first define the starting point. So if start point is none, they want to do this. Then start point is going to be entity the coordinates 0. But here it's mixing of. Best car, definitely Lexus. Definitely, I think Lexus are most reliable cars. Okay, now here we define this. We only define a start point here, so we can know what the first line is. But I think it's going to be also useful for this Fiat Punto. Good car, not bad car. Okay, not good as Lexus, but not bad as Tata Nano. So we have to define. So okay, I'm gonna show this visually. So this is, let's say, a starting point, and we have this line, then this line, then this line, then this line. So we're going to define a start point, and we're going to use get starting point function, because there are many different cases regarding the type, so we have to branch out for each type. I'm going to make this function. Gonna put this in. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna put this here. So def get starting point. Now, don't you ask about this code? That this is interesting. Self dot get starting point. Pass. Okay, you have to define me what a Plendia is and what is Cherryland. I don't have an idea about this. This is not an internal joke. This is probably a byproduct of his imagination. I'm joking, I'm joking. So we're going to get a starting point. Then we're going to check, is this closed? And then we have to check if def is closed. Or we should probably get start point here and entity and entity pass. And if self.dot is closed, start point entity self.dot polygons, then we can append a polygon defined from coordinates from, it's going to be chords new, and chords new are going to be empty. We're going to empty them out. Start point to be none. Now we have a think this is sorted properly, because it's going to go through these line strings first. They're going to go to an order. I hope they are ordered. Don't smoke weed. I don't promote weed. I don't promote it. I think you're asking wrong question. Wrong person this question. No, I don't smoke weed. Okay, get starting point. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm gonna basically copy this code. Also have to put an element here. Entity element type and element 0. No, think no. I freshly printed paper from laser printer is nice. It has a nice smell. But no, I don't smoke tint. I love the touch. I love the touch from laser printed paper. And it's not actually a smell. It's but the touch. I like touching the photos on laser printed paper. They're very. There's no friction when touching those pictures. Laser printer is just magic. No. My largest paper format is A3. It's A3. Buy me A0 paper. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, A3 is the biggest size. I'm sure. But buy me paper. I'm not gonna be mad if you buy me an A0 paper. Okay, so let's get back to the work. So we have a get starting point. If element type is arc or element type is line, then we're going to return entity.coordinates 0. elif element type polyline. Why would anyone need a flying escalator? Please explain me that. Okay, this is actually interesting because it's actually returning a different. I don't believe these are same type. Maybe they're the same type. We're going to see that. I'm not sure. They're the same type. But okay. Entity dot coordinates xy 0 0. I don't think they're the same type. It's actually quite difficult making all of this. Problem solving is fun. I'm not answering personal questions. No, no. Name a human person who went to Neptune. Yes, English, English. Uh, name a person who went to Neptune. Every person is at Point Nemo. I'm not asking personal questions. You can ask them, but I will never answer them. No, I don't speak Swedish, but I speak 5 languages: Croatian, Serbian, Bosnian, Montenegrin, and English. See, it's good to be from Balkans. When you're born, you automatically know 4 languages. And element type equals blind, and we're going to return. Oh, it's actually coordinates. Oh, why you can I just require coordinates? I think this is a start point. Element 0. Like, come on, do I need? Okay, so just checking for first element. It's actually not checking from an entity. I'm just gonna do entity your coordinates. Okay, this code is not going to work, I know. This code is very poor. Favorite letter, omega. Omega. Because omega are numbers that are coming after the infinity. They're not larger than infinity, but they're coming after the infinity. Very interesting, right? I think that's all for men in Croatia. It's average. Tall, not average, yes. Let's see what ChatGPT has done. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this code because I can always return to this old code, but ChatGPT knows what it's doing. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. It didn't fix an error, but it worked better. But yeah, it's actually just extending the. Let's return to my code. Because I actually have only let's ignore polylines for now. Let's only focus on splines. Let's actually comment this code and see where does this get us. Okay. Is closed. Self. Okay. What? I will let chat deal with this. They're all crazy. That happens when you don't like problem solving. So like problem solving. Problem solving is fun. But okay. So as I said, we're trying to merge this. This actually will help us with positioner anyway. So we have to first have a starting point, and let's actually focus on getting starting point. So let's os.exit. I have to import os operating system. Do print start point. Or just exit. It's just exit. Okay, so it is 2 point minus 99999. So actually not going to match anything. I'm just going to print 0. You're never going to be continued. It's going to be an arc, line. Okay, this makes sense. And yet it doesn't. The problem is elements are not sorted. So we can't do anything with these elements because they're not sorted. I never skydived. Maybe ChatGPT code was correct. Because these lines are not sorted. Actually, no, they are sorted because we iterate through dictionary. But the thing is, we're putting them into dictionary, and when we put them into a dictionary, we lose track where they are. Now, is it maybe it's actually possible to reconstruct them? But I don't think we're actually going to work with that right now. Not even a main branch. By checkout, please commit your stash. Then okay, how do I stash the changes? Okay, that's what I want to do. How do I stash? Okay, get stash. Save working with state whip. Git switch master. Git pull. I have a question. Have you been working with a code that's not being pushed? Okay, no, that code was correct. However, well, no. How this works? So bottle doesn't work. Bottle doesn't work. Okay, bottle works, but two bottles doesn't work. We're going to work on the positioner right now, cause we have to refactor everything in order to fix this. I'm not gonna work on that right now. As you can see, two bottles doesn't work. What is poly? So we're going to work on positioner right now, because it's not possible to refactor everything right now. So we're going to go positioner py .python and we're going to do class positioner capital P, and this is everything. Okay, I want to make a SaaS application use artificial intelligence. Just use ChatGPT. Oh, you want to integrate artificial intelligence into SaaS? There are many APIs. There are many APIs to do that. What do you mean? Is this B.A.G.E.R software only live? Or what do you mean? What do you think when you say B.A.G.E.R software only live? Positioner entry file pass. I'm going to go to main and P from positioner importer. And before Alexa, we're going to run the positioner. So positioner and positioner dot. So we're going to run the init function. Init pause. When there is going to be a function that start print start dot start. Takes okay. Has self. Okay. Start. Great. No, this is B.A.G.E.R live. Assign GPS location to each node in the polygon. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the same. Could use the same notation as Lexer, cause like every node, like every edge to each node edge, and divisions create edges. So each division has its own edge slash node. So yeah. So I could do that. I could definitely do that. Is that a cave? But then the good thing is that I could just copy this code. Okay, yeah, okay, no, okay. Uh, position. We're going to execute this, but no, not quite that. So, so I have okay, I'm gonna change. Actually, why have these threads? These threads are actually not doing anything. Ignore this. Ignore these. They don't do anything, right? Okay, what the hell is this? Hipercumulativnost, quasi postmodernistički diskurzivni paradigmi, okay, I actually understand this. So here, what Tony said here, there is hyper accumulation, hyper cumulative. There is hyper of something. There's too much of quasi postmodernistic paradigm. So postmodernism, that's a style, history in art, architecture, an area like in 1780s. and they have their own paradigms, and they reflect through language constructions in some context, whatever this context is. Okay, don't you explain us what is this? Because I think you just copied this from the internet. But maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. So I'm gonna remove these threads because these threads actually don't do anything. They're just cluttering space. I don't want to install a package for threading in Python. So we have it threading. Well, I'm gonna remove it. And okay. So we have an element and we separate them. Okay. Separate them. We initialize the positioner. Initialize the lexer. Polygons, grids. I'm gonna start a positioner. Positioner dot execute. Let me just do a plot grid. I don't understand a thing from an English version. But this is not the same. Anti-disestablishmentarian ideological superstructures. So in creation, it was quasi-postmodernistic. Now here's the establishment ideological superstructure. It exemplifies here. So this is not the same actually now. But what is second word? Where are you making? Who's writing this? Where are you copying this from? Okay, so we have an element, and then we run the separator. Then we have polygons and grids. Run them through positioner, and we run them through lexer. Okay. But what I actually want to do here is actually going to separator to do make this work for mul make this work when there are multiple poly element polygons. I'm gonna fix that one day. Okay, great. Start started working on positioner. We are on master branch, sync changes, and that's how you do programming. Okay, you shouldn't really push on the master branch, but I'm hungry for commits. This first commit this month, so I had to push something. This isn't quite the best activity graph, but programming is so much more than coding. Stop being coding purist anymore. It's alright, you have to think and do a bunch of other. Programming is not coding. Becoming coding less and less. Coding is becoming a skill, but the problem is that AI can replace that skill easily. Right? I mean, carpentry is a skill, but AI can't replace it that easily. At least not yet. So that's a difference. Okay, what the hell is this? Ultra microscopic silico volcano. Something about volcanoes. And and yeah. Okay, we have started working on positioner, and I have an idea for positioner. Gonna actually, I'm gonna need to extract the nodes in your positioner, and I also need to extract nodes in separator. So I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. So basically, right, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone because I here if I go to do, so right here in create division, so I'm gonna have a function to identify up those breakpoints more efficiently. I'll use that at positioner. I'll use that at positioner to like given GPS location, and that's it. My goal is to finish front end before going on the Lexer, and this will be definitely over the summer. Lexer will be definitely ready, like not even the whole summer, but like each summer. No working at low work during the summer. So yeah, you saw how what we have to do in B.A.G.E.R, and I could probably maybe write that edge. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna write that tomorrow. Cause like there are three big things I have to do before working on Alexa. Alexa is going to be the most complicated part. Right, there are two free to dos, as you saw, free to dos plus positioner. So basically, four to dos before Alexa. We haven't identified an issue in our code. That's good, and we have started working on a position. So I said this live stream was a successful one. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next live stream. This will be everything for this live stream. Don't forget to start this project, and if you're interested in autonomous excavators which can automatically parse project documentations, this is actually the first. This could be a first automatic parser of CAD documentation. So if you're interested in this project, start. And if you're interested in a physical product, because it's a physical product, then I don't know, maybe buy it. We'll see. Join the Discord server, Ring Discord server. You will learn more info there. And we here Ring we had more people. Like we have lots of people, but here we have projects. Now I'm not actually tell you. Not sure Ring have new projects anymore. So will there be new projects? I'm not quite sure about that. Nothing's going to get deleted. Okay, this is not going to close. It's not gonna close. It's not gonna get archived. It's not gonna get deleted. But maybe there will be just no new projects. I think I'm gonna put them on my personal page. I don't want to end this in a negative note, so construction is going to get finished soon. This was everything for this live stream. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next live stream.